Hello and welcome to my honors thesis presentation. Today I'm going to be talking about why you shouldn't become the thing you seek to destroy. So, my main ideas for this presentation are going to be that why ancient texts are still valuable today, and I'm going to give a special Star Wars Prometheus Bound analogy, and I'm going to show you the consequences of reversing your goals that are shown in Prometheus Bound. I'm also going to show you how this example can relate to modern culture. Okay, first off, we're going to talk about how ancient texts still have value today. Ancient texts still have value because they give us valuable insight into the cultures of the time that the book was written. For example, in the Greek classics, the Iliad and the Odyssey, Homer shows us valuable insights such as Xenia and how they wouldn't disgrace bodies and how there are special rules and codes that the Greeks had to follow. We also see this in the Aeneid too by Virgil. He shows us how the Romans were proud to be Roman. And ancient texts also give us morals that are still valuable today. Ancient texts show us, even though they weren't Christian, they can give us many Christian values such as be kind and don't make fools of others and don't be greedy, things like that. And ancient texts still help us keep history on many ancient civilizations that aren't well documented. For example, in Gilgamesh, we don't know that much about the Mesopotamians, but through Gilgamesh we can learn a lot about their culture, such as how they had these crazy drawings and all these things, and they had crazy ideas about huge kings that would just go and fight crazy monsters. And they can also give us ideas for movies or shows, like how a lot of these things have become movies, and we've made movies out of most of the ancient Greek classics like Odyssey, the Iliad. They all have their own movies. So next we're going to move into how Prometheus Bound is similar to Star Wars. The story of Prometheus Bound is a little like the story of the Star Wars prequels. Zeus's battle against the Titans is similar to the Clone Wars and the battles against the Sith, because Zeus becomes like this great almighty king after he dethroned the Titans, who were great almighty kings. He became the very thing that he was fighting to destroy. The same can be said of Anakin in Star Wars. Anakin was a great Jedi, he was the chosen one, but he fell off the path and he became a Sith after his own greed for love for Padme, and then he just completely changed his morals, which was a terrible thing to do. And Zeus felt betrayed by Prometheus as Anakin felt betrayed by the Jedi. Prometheus gave the humans fire to give them hope and to give them a fighting chance. And Anakin felt betrayed by the Jedi because the Jedi kept giving him all these missions and they never gave him the rank of master, although he didn't deserve it because he was not old enough yet and he was not experienced. He'd just not become a Padawan. And Anakin becomes a Sith and becomes the very thing he swore to destroy, as Zeus becomes a tyrannical ruler, very similar to how the Titans lived. He even shows it in the Star Wars movie, as you can see right here.
Now you have become the very thing you swore to destroy.
When Zeus becomes pretty much a Titan, he throws the same kind of tyrannical rule that the Titans had over him, and it just infuriates so many people. So Zeus and Anakin both have twisted morals once they've encountered power. Once they encountered power, they both realized that they could abuse it, and then they just abuse it to its max potential. So next thing we're going to move on to is the consequences of reversing your goals. After Zeus becomes like a Titan, he imprisons Prometheus for giving humans fire. Prometheus wasn't trying to do anything bad. He wasn't trying to trick Zeus. He just felt pity for the humans because they were so weak. So he gave them a fighting chance with fire. And Prometheus is one of the reasons that Zeus won the war. Prometheus asked to fight with the Titans, but the Titans rejected him. So Prometheus fought with Zeus, and together they won the war. Prometheus is then forced to suffer along with his brothers, such as Atlas, who is forced to hold up the world, for something that really shouldn't have been imprisoned and tortured for. And Prometheus is so angry at this, he just hurls insults at Hermes and Zeus and everyone, even though Hermes tells him his fate of having his liver eaten every day by an eagle. And This all could have been avoided with forgiveness and understanding. If Zeus would have just been the slight bit forgiving, and he could have avoided all of this. And Prometheus even gave him a prophecy that said he would be overthrown by his own son. This all could have been avoided. And finally, we're going to go to the modern application. Rulers and leaders like this still exist today. Many communist countries have crazy, radical rulers who absolutely will do anything for themselves and don't care the slightest about their people. And although communism seems good on paper, having an equal economy, everyone shares the same thing, it just turns into corruption at the end. And this is because people say they're doing the right thing, but then they really are just wanting to get what they want. And thank you for watching my presentation, and I'll see you next time.